Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage, and we are back with the red S4 today. And many thanks to my friend Derek, I have a couple of MAF sensors to test. So here is number one, and here is number two. I gotta check those part numbers, make sure they're the same. This one's got the little round nub on the side, which is a little different. And this one's a little broken, so I'm going to use this one as a last resort. And I see it's got some marker on there. Makes me kind of wonder. But we're going to try to throw this one in here. Now, here's the part that normally is a piece of cake, but is going to be a pain in the backside on this car, because this is from Bennett, and they make these out of solid concrete. It's not moving. Like my prior one I had one from 034, and I discovered it was actually imploding a bit at full boost. So it's just kind of caving in. So I put that on the other car, which doesn't see as much boost, and it has worked fine. But for this one, I went industrial and bought this one from Bennett, and it is rock hard. So flexibility is not in its skill set, I should say. So I need to get this off. Hopefully, my plan is actually just to unbolt it here and here and just disconnect that, and hopefully I can just sneak it out of there without having to fully dismantle that hose. But yeah, we'll see where we go. All right, as you can see, RS2 MAF has been removed. Here it is. And obviously, if you're wondering the differences between the stock and the RS2, you can just look at the grills. It's the primary. Yeah, kind of interesting. It's a little bit melty looking, if you can see that, how it's a little deformed on the front side there. But this one looks good. I've seen and heard of instances of these grills breaking and going through the MAF. So that's why I was kind of curious to see what it was going to look like. But it looks okay there. Just not exactly sure what's going on internally here. But I'm going to grab the other one now and swap it in, and we'll see what we can discover. Also, as I set them side by side, and they're not even, so that's why one's... But anyway, the RS2 MAF, if you look at the sealant around here, it is nice and shiny until it gets to this edge, and then it's actually pretty sticky right here. In fact, I was getting it on my thumb during removal, and I'm like, huh. Now this one is so old that there's not much left anyway, but it seems to be all uniform all around. So I'm curious if, obviously it's near the turbocharger side, so it's possible it's just heat from that, or it's, something's getting hot inside there. So hard to say, but we're gonna throw this one in now and see if it makes any difference. All right, so we've got MAF replacement number one in place here, and was a bit of a struggle as expected, but we got it in. Interesting thing, so everyone says how fragile the grills are on the RS2 MAF, and you can see mine were a little wavy in a couple spots, but otherwise fine. This particular MAF, the screens were pretty dark and kind of just dirty, and so I took the soft side of a microfiber towel and had a little bit of simple green on it, and I was just very, kind of gently going around the mesh screen on the one side. Got to the other side, and it literally just caved in on itself. It just gave up. So I'm without a screen on the air filter side on this MAF. The screen is still intact over here, but yeah, that was a bit of an eye-opener, and I'm not sure that airflow would have caved it in necessarily, but when I say I was giving it a light touch, I was really truly giving it a light touch. So I was kind of surprised. It'd be kind of akin to just kind of tapping your finger on it like that, and it just caved in. So that was a little disturbing and doesn't make me feel great. But yeah, hopefully the other side stays intact and doesn't go through the turbocharger. I did actually tap on that one a little bit after that, the nervousness of the first side, and it seems like it's okay, so we left it alone. But now we're gonna fire this thing up and see if it is indeed a good one, or, you know, that's my next thing, is I don't know, we don't know for sure that these are working MAFs. They were hanging out on a parts shelf for many years, I guess. So I may need to, pull one off of my white car, which is 2 hours away from me, and throw it in here and see if that one works. But anyhow, let's turn the key and find out. Well, initial startup, you can see it sitting up top here, which is a little different. I'm kind of used to there being it running rich for a bit. But let's give it a minute to warm up and see what happens. And now we're getting a little bit into the rich warm-up cycle here, which that seems okay so far. No real temp in the car yet though, so gotta let it get out of the warm-up loop. So far things are doing okay. It's spitting a little moisture out, and it does smell pretty gassy, but it's not stuck in the rich loop just yet. It is still bouncing nicely full left to right about 3/4, and sorry, I guess you can't see that. So that actually looks okay. Not fully up to temp yet, of course. Car is still running okay. Temperature is just starting to come up. Air fuel is still hanging in there. I have been blipping the throttle a little bit, and so far I've got no adverse reaction to that. Seems to settle back down just fine. And if you remember the prior video, I could do this and kind of make it stumble. So far, so good. Yeah, knock on wood, that's a good MAF. So far, so good. And it's still a bit rich. Spitting a little moisture here, but it's not nearly like it was before. And like I said, that still seems to be bouncing back and forth happily. Was just about to declare victory, but I noticed I had a check engine light, which has now gone off, but it was kind of coming on and off, and I'm sure it's the same old thing. But so far, it is seeming to run better, like the mass airflow. And on my air fuel gauge, it has yet to park itself in the full rich category. So that's maybe a good sign. We'll have to hook up VCDS and see what that code is. So, I thought I was in the clear, but then I saw that check engine light on. So far it has not gone into that super rich loop though, so that's a definite improvement. So we'll just have to hook up VCDS and see what that is, but for now, I am out of time. So I've got to go switch gears and do something else, which means to be continued. You can place your bets in the comments. Did the MAF fix it? What do you think the check engine light is? And I'll let you know in the next video. Hopefully real soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.